Hello everyone. Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Wanderlust Ventures. If you are new here, let me first say a big warm welcome to you. Sit back, relax, and get ready to dive deep into a fascinating story about Singapore's rise on the global stage. What comes to mind when you think of Singapore? Maybe a small island city-state, famous for its strict laws, efficient transport, and shiny skyscrapers. But here's the truth, Singapore is no longer just a tiny dot on the world map, it's an economic powerhouse. With one of the world's highest GDP per capita, Singaporeans today are richer than the citizens of many large and powerful countries you would expect to be far wealthier. Yes, you heard that right. Despite having limited natural resources, Singapore has built its fortune on trade, finance, technology, and innovation. According to the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and World Bank reports, Singapore's GDP per capita in 2025 is around $88,500, nominal, making it one of the richest nations globally. Compare that to some of the biggest and most powerful economies in the world, and you'll be shocked to see just how far ahead Singaporeans stand in terms of wealth per person. So today, we're counting down 10 powerful countries that Singaporeans are now richer than. From military giants to economic leaders, this list will truly surprise you. Stick with me until the end, you won't believe which countries Singapore has surpassed. Number 1. China. When people talk about power, China almost always tops the list. With the world's second-largest economy and unmatched manufacturing strength, it's a true global giant. But when we look at wealth per citizen, the picture changes. China's GDP per capita in 2025 is around $13,700. Compare that with Singapore's $88,500, and you realize that an average Singaporean is about 6 times richer than an average Chinese citizen. While China is strong in numbers, industries, and influence, wealth distribution across its 1.4 billion population remains a challenge. Number 2. Italy. Italy is a founding member of the European Union, a G7 economy, and a country famous for its history, culture, fashion, and industrial power. But when it comes to personal wealth, Singaporeans are well ahead. Italy's GDP per capita in 2025 is around $38,000. Compare that with Singapore's $88,500, and you'll see that the average Singaporean is more than 2 times richer than an Italian citizen. This is surprising because Italy has long been viewed as one of Europe's most advanced economies. However, sluggish growth, high public debt, and youth unemployment have limited personal prosperity. Meanwhile, Singapore has surged forward with smart economic planning and strong global trade connections. Number 3. Russia. Russia is known for its vast land, natural resources, and military might. But in terms of average personal wealth, Singaporeans are far ahead. Russia's GDP per capita stands around $15,200. Compare that to Singapore, and the average Singaporean is nearly 6 times richer. Despite Russia's power on the geopolitical stage, Singapore's smart economic model and international finance hub status have given its citizens far greater prosperity. Number 4. Brazil. Brazil is the largest country in Latin America, famous for its natural resources, agriculture, and energy reserves. Yet, its wealth distribution remains uneven. Brazil's GDP per capita in 2025 is about $11,000. That makes Singaporeans about 8 times richer than Brazilians. While Brazil struggles with inequality and economic volatility, Singapore's stable growth has given its citizens world-class living standards. Number 5. South Africa. As the most industrialized nation in Africa, South Africa holds significant influence on the continent. But its economy has been hampered by corruption, unemployment, and inequality. With a GDP per capita of only $7,600, South Africans are far behind Singaporeans, who are over 11 times richer. Singapore proves that size doesn't matter. Strategic planning and global trade connections can turn a small island into a land of prosperity. Number 6. Turkey. Turkey sits at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, a country with strong military power and growing influence. Yet, when it comes to wealth per citizen, Singaporeans lead by a wide margin. Turkey's GDP per capita in 2025 is around $13,000. That means Singaporeans are about 7 times richer. Despite Turkey's larger land and population, Singapore's focus on finance, technology, and innovation keeps it at the top of wealth rankings. Number 7. Indonesia. Singapore's neighbor, Indonesia, is Southeast Asia's biggest country, both in population and resources. But while Indonesia is a rising economic player, Singaporeans remain far wealthier. Indonesia's GDP per capita stands at about $6,200. Singaporeans are an incredible 14 times richer than Indonesians. This sharp contrast shows how two neighboring countries can develop very differently, one through industrial scale, and the other through global trade and financial expertise. Number 8. Mexico. Mexico is a vital player in North America, with strong manufacturing, energy, and trade ties to the United States. But wealth per person remains modest. Mexico's GDP per capita is around $13,200. Singaporeans are roughly 6 times richer. While Mexico benefits from its geographical location, Singapore has leveraged its port, policies, and business environment to maximize prosperity for its people. Number 9. Saudi Arabia. When you think of oil-rich nations, Saudi Arabia comes to mind immediately. It is one of the richest countries in terms of resources. But surprisingly, its GDP per capita in 2025 is about $32,000. That's impressive compared to many countries, but still, Singaporeans are almost 3 times richer. Despite Saudi Arabia's vast oil wealth, Singapore's diversified and innovation-driven economy ensures much higher prosperity for its citizens. Number 10. Japan. This one might shock you the most. Japan, the land of advanced technology, robotics, and one of the world's largest economies, actually falls behind Singapore in terms of wealth per person. Japan's GDP per capita is around $41,500. That's high, but Singapore nearly doubles it with $88,500. This makes Singaporeans about 2 times richer than Japanese citizens. The fact that a small island with no natural resources outpaces Japan in wealth per citizen is a testament to Singapore's incredible economic strategy. So, there you have it, 10 powerful countries that Singaporeans are now richer than. From giants like China and India to resource-rich nations like Saudi Arabia and Brazil, Singapore has outperformed them all when it comes to wealth per citizen. What's the secret behind this success? It's not just luck. It's a combination of smart governance, strict policies, investment in education, openness to global trade, and a clear focus on innovation. Singapore has shown the world that even a small country with no natural resources can become a global economic powerhouse when it invests in its people and ideas. This comparison also reveals a powerful truth: being powerful on the world stage doesn't always mean wealth for individual citizens. While countries like Russia, India, and China may dominate militarily or politically, Singapore quietly ensures that its citizens enjoy one of the highest standards of living anywhere on Earth. And maybe, that's the true definition of success. Not the size of your land or military, but the quality of life your people enjoy. So next time you think of Singapore, don't just think of it as a small island nation. Think of it as one of the richest and smartest examples of what a country can achieve.